Hey Ignite Church, Brad Nanna here, the Fuse Pastor, and I'm so excited to bring Matthew chapter 18 on day 18 of this study that we are doing in January. This section of Matthew, a lot of the times, is seen as a correctional teaching that Jesus does. People are getting things wrong and not living the way that they're supposed to who believe in God, and he is showing them the right way again. And he does this in a few different areas of their life. First, talking about humility and pride, talking about who is greatest and becoming the least of these. Then talking about the temptations of sins, how important it is to reach those who are lost and not just be satisfied with all the safe sheep in the parable that we hear all the time. What we do when we have brothers and sisters in the church who have hurt us and how to handle those so that our relationships can stay pure and that they can stay strong because we can do more together than we can apart. And then he has this parable that I love so much that we're going to be sitting in called the parable of the unforgiving servant. And an overview of this is that there's a servant who owes their master a debt. And instead of the master holding it against them and throwing them in jail, he forgives this servant. And it is a massive forgiveness. It is a huge debt. And then later, that servant goes out and is holding another person who owes them something. It says that he's choking them, saying, "Pay what you owe." And his fellow servants saw this and they were flabbergasted. They were shocked because of what they knew had just happened. And when the master heard this, he was extremely upset. And that makes sense because what the master had just done for this servant. And I think sometimes that we forget what God has done for us. And when we drop that lens, it causes us not to treat people the way that we have been treated by our God. Like, I truly believe that the most important thing that we can remember is the love that God has shown us, the forgiveness, the mercy, and the grace. Because when we remember that, it becomes so hard not to then treat other people with that same mercy, that same grace, and that same love. And it says even at the end of Matthew 18, that if we do not treat people the way that God has treated us, that he is not going to continue to treat us that way. That is how important it is to remember what he has done for us and do likewise to those around us. I hope you enjoy reading through Matthew 18 on your own. It is a great chapter of Matthew, and I hope that you've enjoyed these videos, and I can't wait to see what the rest of them hold.